just woke up and I felt called to do a reading about who's been thinking about you really hard recently. So our first pile is going to be this fortune cookie message that says you should cultivate poise and self-restraint. And I don't fucking feel like fucking with the light right now, so you're just gonna have to not be able to see the tarot cards or the piles. It says you should cultivate poise and self-restraint. The second pile is a purple lighter. Can you tell I didn't feel like getting up to get piles? And the third pile is these headphones that have like designs on the side of them. Hi, pile one. If you choose this fortune cookie message that says you should cultivate poise and self-restraint, this is gonna be your reading. On who's currently thinking about you real hard. So this could be current energy, like right now, but this could also just be like as of recently, so the past 2 weeks. So let's see. Let's get some cards. Is there a lot of people thinking about pile one? I got 2 of wands. Feeling like it's not a lot of people. It's probably just enough that you could count on your hands. So like less than 10 people. Good handful of people. For some of you it's like slightly more. For some of you it's only like 1 or 2. So just take what resonates. You might not know for sure who's thinking about you, but just use your intuition to feel whether it feels like a bigger group or a smaller group. For a good amount of you, it's like a bigger group of people who's thinking about you, but they're all thinking different things. And it's like people you barely even know or barely even knew or barely talked to. So that's why it's so many different people, because it's just like people you didn't actually know like that. Who else is thinking hard about my pile one right now? There could be a Gemini, female or feminine Gemini, who like is in isolation or just like is alone a lot or doesn't have a lot of friends, and they're just thinking a lot about you because we have 4 swords. And seeing a pyramid in a card reading usually means someone's planning something or planning on creating some sort of hierarchy. So maybe this person's thinking about you because they see you as competition. Or for some of you, I'm hearing this feminine Gemini energy wants to figure out a way to either get near to you physically or get near to you like back in your life, or get near to you as like a relationship. Or they want to get near to you in spiritual ascendment, like in spiritual vibration, like they want to be on your level. And so that's what they're trying to do, is like meditate, do spells, all this other stuff. Or maybe not even do that, but they're just thinking about it intensely. Who else could be thinking about my pile one right now? Like current energy, who's thinking about my pile one? We have Son of Cups. So you might know someone who is like a cook, or who cooks a lot of food, or who just eats a lot of food, who's thinking about you a lot. Someone who likes your cooking, maybe. If you know a musician, pile one, that musician is thinking about you definitely, or like writing songs about you. Oh yeah, like if you don't talk to this person anymore, they're writing songs about you. Like, yeah, somebody's either, it could not be a musician, it could be like a different type of artist, or it could just be a social media platform in general that they're expressing this creativity on. But it's definitely someone you used to know who's like creating art or writing or something about you, and like it's public type stuff. Like it's the type of shit they would post on Pinterest or Instagram or something, or TikTok. Like it's not something they're keeping private. So maybe they're just thinking a lot about like creative ideas for that. They mostly rely on you as a muse for that, or like whatever went on between y'all, they rely on that energy of how they felt with you to like keep them creatively motivated. Who else think about my pile one? For sure. Think about my pile one. We had 10 of Swords. There's a water sign, specifically Cancer Scorpio energy, who's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, they're not only thinking about you, they are overthinking about you. Yeah, I'm getting the energy of a person who's like in a lot of drama, or who like maybe is very popular and knows a lot of people. I'm hearing maybe this person could have like pushed you down pile one to gain more popularity, in some sort of way, or like used you as a stepping stone or something when maybe y'all used to be friends. And now it's sort of falling back on them, and like they have all these friend groups and shit surrounding them, but they don't feel like they have true friendship, and they're looking back and missing your friendship with them because maybe you were a true friend with them. I'm gonna get like 2 more cards because some of you do have a big group of people. For some of you, it's only like 1 or 2 people. Who else think about my pile one? We had the Priestess of Wands. So some of you might have like a fire sign who you have like a crush on, or you think is very attractive. Maybe you follow this person on social media. I'm hearing this person like gets dreams about you or something, or like dreams about you. Yeah, this person who has like fire energy, they might not necessarily be a fire sign, but this is someone you respect. This person is sort of like doing healing or something right now, and it's reminding them of you, and like for some reason, like maybe you're a really healing person, pile one, or you like to try to help people when you can and give them advice on healing, and this person's thinking back on your advice, or they're just reminded of your energy in general because you have a very healing energy or vibration. Yeah, whoever this person is, they might have really like feline like features, or like aura, presence, or maybe movements. Like the way they move might seem really cat-like. Or this person could just be really connected to animals. Like they could have a pet cat who they're extremely attached to. Who else think about my pile one? Who else think about my pile one right now? Who else think about my pile one currently? We have the Daughter of Wands, which is interesting because it came out with the Priestess of Wands. So you might have family members thinking about you. Your mom herself might be thinking about you. For those of you who are in separation with your mom, she's like really regretting not being able to have a proper mother-daughter relationship with you. But for others of you, this is just family member vibes, like cousins, aunts, uncles for some of you, not many of you, but yeah. This is a really youthful person. So if you know someone who's like really outspoken and really like childlike and really has a lot of energy like that, like Aries energy, they're definitely thinking about you. For some of you, this is like an immature person who's like talking shit about you because they're still in their like fire energy, they're still in their anger energy of like whatever might have happened between you. For others of you, this is just like a youthful, childlike person who like looks up to you and they think about you as like a role model almost. So let's see, why are these people thinking about you? I'm going to first get energy on this feminine Gemini energy, this air sign energy here, this person who's in competition with you. Why is this competitive person thinking so hard about pile 1? Why is this person thinking so hard about pile 1? So it's definitely a competition thing. They like want your beauty, but they recognize that your beauty isn't like something that you something that you specifically, pile 1, you don't really cultivate beauty from the outside. You don't really have to do much to look beautiful on the outside. Like you don't spend hours on your appearance really. Your beauty is more coming from a spiritual place or a mindset. And so this person recognizes that and is like trying to achieve the same mindset or spiritual like path. It's like for some of you, this person could just share that energy with you. Like they could learn from you by talking to you about it, or literally, yeah, they could have just shared the energy with you, but for some reason they want to like make it a competition. Like they feel like they have to do it alone. They have to do it in isolation. They can't let nobody know. They're trying to be like you. It's like when they could have easily just shared this energy of trying to learn spiritual and a new mental mindset like with you. But it's like they didn't want to be balanced about it. They didn't want to be like it's like the thought of being friendly with you like that and sharing their knowledge with you like that repulses them. Maybe they always saw you as competition from the beginning, or they just saw you as superior to them, even though you probably did not give off that energy at all. It's just how they see themselves. And so they've isolated themselves so they can sort of have more of a chance to surpass you. Yeah. 3 of Wands here is telling me that they're thinking of a way to come back in. They're like, okay, I'm going to surpass pile 1 in mental, physical, spiritual beauty. I'm going to take time to get that done. And then they're like, then in the future, I'm going to come back and ruin pile 1's vibe. Or I'm going to come back and then pile 1 is going to have to be the one who's jealous. Or pile 1's going to have to be the one who feels inferior. It's like such petty energy. Like you could have easily just, this person could have easily just asked you about these things or shared these things with you. Like you would have happily shared these things with them, but it's like instead they want to like make you feel bad for it because you didn't really have to try for that beauty, but they did, because that's your own beauty. They have their own beauty and you have your own beauty. but it's like they can't accept their own beauty. They need to find it out of someone else. And they're sort of mad that they feel like they have to work for it and you don't. So it's like, oh, pile 1 needs a slap of reality. When in reality, like, all of these plans of like coming back on you or whatever, it's just not even, either it's not like a stable plan, or even if it is a stable plan, it wouldn't come into fruition. It's like the energy, like if somebody's like, oh, I want to get a really expensive car, and they're like imagining that they had this expensive car, but they're not doing anything to be in a situation where they could possibly afford a car that expensive. They're not actually working towards the future they want. And even then, like, it's like this energy where this person keeps changing up how they want to approach you, how they want to hurt you. It's like they keep changing their mind. I keep hearing this person's delusional. Maybe they isolate themselves because they kind of have to feed their own delusions, because when they're around other people, things can kind of be like their illusions can sort of be shattered just by reality. So yeah. That's that first person. Now the energy on this this Son of Cups or whatever. This artist. So this person either thinks of you as a muse, and you're like friends with them and you don't know how deep their feelings they are for you, or this person is like a person from your past and they felt like you hurt them deeply, but they felt like they rose above that pain by using art or whatever to express themselves. So it's really dramatic already. This is just a really dramatic person. But let's see, what is this artist thinking about pile 1? 8 of Cups. So yeah, this person's like, I've moved on. Me using pile 1 as a muse for my art is a tool to help me move on. But it's like, they're saying they've moved on, but what are all these cups still doing here? Look at all these cups. That is a lot of cups, bro. They are not letting go of those cups. So it's like, they're saying they've moved on the surface, but under the surface, they're still holding on hardcore. It's like, to other people, they'll say they don't care. They say they've like gotten over it. They say like, oh, pile 1 was just a dummy. I should have known better. But on the inside, they're like, I'm gonna get pile 1 for that. Pile 1's not gonna know what hit them. And I don't know why they're thinking that when they're like not even thinking about talking to you, approaching you. They're just like, oh, my art's gonna say it all. It's like maybe they assume you're gonna like witness their art somehow or listen to it. I don't know. I feel like they think they're getting back at you by healing and creatively expressing themselves. And I mean, it's good that they're trying to heal and move on by creative expression. That's a good way to move on, but it's not really good that their mindset is like, oh, I'm doing this to get back at pile 1. Whatever. Let me just ask about the art. What about pile 1 is this Son of Cups translating into art? What about pile 1 is this artist translating into art? We have a star. So this artist or whoever they are, again, I'm saying for some of you, this is just someone who like you think is a friend, but they actually admire you much more. But for those of you, for this is a person who is in your past, I'm feeling like, well, either way, if they're a person from your past or not, like this person sees you as above them. With the star here, they see you as like unreachable, far away, more bright than them. And the art itself is about that unreachableness. So I can definitely see how if this person is your friend and they want more from you, or they feel more towards you, then they express that through their art of like longing, unreachableness. They're such a bright star and such a beautiful person, but I could never reach them. So dramatic. And then for others of you, this person in your past, this person's like making songs about the fact that you are now unreachable, but how beautiful you were when they had you, and the fact that they wish they could go back, or they wish they could change things. The art just tends to contain themes of like temporary beauty, flashes of light being consumed by darkness. It tends to have a very existential feel to it, of like, oh, well, eventually everything ends. So at least it's not like revenge art where all they're talking about is hate and like hating you and blah, blah, blah. Like at least it's actually art that is like reflecting their own inner beauty and subconscious feelings toward themselves. But yeah, just I'm getting from this person, this artist, like they make a lot of art about you, or like maybe making art about you, or when they're in that energy, or they're like making that art. It's like when it's coming from their thoughts about you, they get the most motivated, or they get the most ideas, or they get the most down onto the paper or whatever. Like, yeah. All right, let's see about this Cancer, Scorpio energy, this Ten of Swords, overthinking energy, whoever this is. Why is this Cancer/Scorpio thinking about my pile 1? I almost said pile 3. Why is this person thinking about my pile 3? This person might also be featured in pile 3 if you align with pile 3. 7 of Cups. So, unlike the muse or the artist who might or might not have been from your past, this water sign is definitely from your past. Could have been an ex-friend, and they are butthurt. 7 of Cups is just like being muddy or not having the full picture, or sort of having to make a choice on which action to take so you can sort of simplify things into one timeline. But I don't know. It's this energy where this person has had so many opportunities to get out of this Ten of Swords situation, to break off these unwanted friendships. They've had so many chances to make a different choice about their path. And then they just don't. They just don't do it. And then they're sitting here wondering like, oh, why am I not happy with my current situation? But they still won't do anything to change it. It's like they'd rather just sit here and think out every possible scenario. Think about every possible timeline, every possible way things could have been different, every possible action they could potentially take instead of actually taking that action. Yeah, I'm hearing this person could have even had a chance to not relinquish. I don't know why I keep saying relinquish in my readings. This person could have had a chance to rebuild with you, Like, whatever happened between y'all, this person had a chance to rebuild. Whether you knew about it or not, pile one, and they chose not to. And now they're sitting here all butthurt because they're like, oh, pile one was the only good friend to me, but now pile one's just leaving me in the dust with all these other bitches who don't care about me. It's like they expect you to come back to them, even though they did you wrong, instead of them stepping the fuck up and taking action towards what they actually want. It's like they expect everyone else to sort of things just go as planned in their head instead of actually voicing what they want, you know, or taking action about what they want. And so they're blaming you, they're blaming their parents, they're blaming the mean friends they have around you. I'm hearing mean girls. They're surrounded by mean girls. Just fake people. And they're blaming you and everyone else, pile one, just for their situation because they feel stuck. They feel like they can't make a choice. But they've put themselves there because they've continuously not made a choice. Like, it's not that hard. If you don't want to be in this Ten of Swords situation, then don't. But it's like in their head, they have to have a reason to be suffering. They're like, oh, if I'm not suffering, then it's not worth anything. So maybe that's why y'all's friendship never worked out, is because they were thriving in y'all's friendship, but they were still working on karmic patterns that made them feel like they needed to suffer to be happy. So they thought something was wrong with y'all's friendship. And they still haven't closed out that karmic cycle, and that sort of ruined y'all's friendship. So they're thinking about how they could or could have potentially still been your friend, but they didn't. And that's all they're thinking about, is like, oh, I could have done this, but I didn't, or I could still do this, but I won't. And it's like, that's all they think about, just over and over again, like cyclically. Oh, I could do it, but I won't. Oh, I could do it, but I won't. It's like, then don't complain about the situation you're in. Do not complain that you're upset or that you're having a hard time if you don't feel like changing it. Anyway, let's move on from that annoying ass, like, petty ass energy. So unnecessary. We have two more cards here. We have Priestess of Wands and Daughter of Wands. So I'm thinking, should I read this? Okay, I'm going to read these two separately, and then I'm going to read them as family members, for those of you who aligned with the family members thing. For those of you, if it's a mother, this mother is trying to think about any way they can get back into your life, any way they can manipulate you to get back into your life. So be careful of that. Like, they're thinking of everything. I'm not even joking. They're taking all their finances and scrounging them up and trying to pay someone to stalk you. Like, it is some crazy shit. You might need to get like a separate reading on what's going on with your mother, but I don't really have any readings like that. So just look it up on YouTube. For those of you, this is not a mother. This is just somebody you respect and look up to. Why are they thinking about pile one in the healing process? Shaman of Cups. You inspired whoever this is that you respect, who has this fire sign energy, who has this feline beauty. This person might be dark-skinned. They just have a very like beautiful presence where they like hold themselves. I'm hearing up to the challenge. Like, nobody can intimidate them. So if you know someone like that, this person is thinking about you because you have inspired them before somehow with your like I'm getting with like your healing energy, your advice you've given them, how much you care, how kind you are, like something about that, something about your emotionality and your emotional intelligence inspired them. Maybe it was a specific piece of advice you gave them that now they're taking, and they're very grateful for you because they couldn't really like click, they couldn't really piece that together before. You might have gone to an aquarium with this person. Take what resonates. Yeah, this person feels very like connected to you. I feel like you didn't think they like thought about you this highly, but this person feels connected to you and feels like you're meant to be in their lives or something, and they want to like go out with you. Not necessarily romantically, but they want to like go to a beach with you or go to a shop with you or just hang out with you. Like, maybe this person wants to be more friends with you. And you didn't think that was true because you respected them so much. Maybe you sort of put this person on a pedestal, but this person's actually really really down to earth. If you know who I'm talking about, if you have a person in mind as I'm saying this, you should talk to them. You should talk to them sometime. Like, don't be shy to talk to them if you get the energy to. But yeah, this person's just like self-isolating right now and trying to work on shadow work and inner child healing. And I guess you have come up in their thoughts of like more than once, just because of your healing energy. Yeah. And your emotionality. Like, this person relates to your sense of emotional understanding of things. And we're going to do this Daughter of Cups. So this could be either an immature person who is spreading shit about you, or this could just be a childlike, youthful person who looks up to you as a role model. So I'm going to read the immature person first. Is there an immature? What is this immature? So the immature energy is talking about you because they want what you have. Basically, everything they're saying about you to people, or thinking so hard about you, and being like, oh, this is Pile One's flaw, this is Pile One's flaw, this is Pile One's flaw, is all secretly things they wish they could have about themselves. And since it's Shaman of Discs that came out, I'm getting like it's your stability in particular. Like, you trust yourself, you have faith in yourself in a way that like makes you seem calm, makes you very calm and just like poised. And this person isn't really like that most of the time. They haven't cultivated that energy in their life, so they are sort of jealous of you for it, but they, instead of admitting that or accepting that, they act like those traits are bad, or they act like those traits are dumb or for babies. For some others of you, this person is just immaturely talking about you because they see that you have a lot of things in your life, that you're very abundant in your life. You might be very financially abundant, and they want to talk about you like they know why, like they know who you are, like they know your life story. They're like, oh, Pile One was just born with a silver spoon. They never had to work with anything. Meanwhile, this person doesn't even know you like that. Whoever this is, they might have a lot of influence over your social persona. They might know people who know you. So just don't let it get you down if this immature energy is like talking shit about you. Like, if people choose to believe what this person is saying about you, that's their own problem. Like, they should have came to you and asked you about it first. So you're gonna end up like realizing who your real ones are, because I don't know, some people are just gonna be listening to this childish person because they're popular. But other people are gonna be like knowing, like they're gonna be friends with you, Pile One. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? They don't even know Pile One like that. So I'm hearing that karma's gonna come back on this childish person because they talk too much shit. That's just all it is. Like, they talk too much shit and they don't think they're gonna get consequences for it. Now, for those of you who aligned that this person is just a younger person who looks up to you, why is this person thinking about a Pile One? Why is this person seeing my Pile One as a role model? So they see you as a role model. We have 8 of Cups here again. They see you as a role model because of the things that you've been through and been able to move on from. Maybe they've seen like some of the relationships you've been in or some of the hardships you've been in life, and they're just amazed at how collected you could stay, at how emotionally intelligent you would stay throughout the situation, and how you could just accept it and move through it. I'm also hearing like, well, we have 4 of Discs. So this person just admires you in like a home space kind of way. Like they feel like you're very comforting, like a mother almost at home, or like a sister, because yeah, you make this person feel more at home is what I'm hearing. Like they look up to you because you make them feel like they're normal. Like maybe they're a little bit of a unique person and they've been told that they're not normal, that they're a freak or something. But talking to you made them feel less that way because you understood them more, maybe. They also look up to you because they feel like they can trust you. Like they feel like they can talk to you about anything. They feel like you're a very stable person and they can trust you and talk to you about shit. Or if they needed to, if they were in trouble or something, they could fall back on you for help. But yeah, why has this person been thinking about my pile one recently then? Oh, with the world here, I'm seeing this person just thinks about you all the time. They're always reminded of you. Whether it's music or just something that went on that day. Like, I feel like this person might have a little bit of a tiny crush on you because Ace of Cups just came out here. But they just think about you a lot and they really like, I don't know, they just really respect you and admire you and they like to just incorporate you and your energy into their own life because they really look up to you. So that's really sweet. Now, finally, oh wait, no, that was the last one. Oh, no. I was going to do the family one. That's what it was. So, for those of you aligned for this might be aunts or uncles or cousins, let's see. What is your family thinking? Why is family thinking about my pile one right now? What is family thinking? Seven of Disc. They're thinking you're a lot different as a child and maybe you've glowed up. Maybe you glowed up or something. This is definitely a jealousy energy. If this is like an older female, like an aunt, an auntie, this person is jealous of your beauty as a young woman, is what I'm hearing. They feel like you dress too slutty. It's literally what I'm hearing. Or you accentuate your femininity too much. I'm also hearing if you've gotten richer recently or gotten just more stable home, your family's talking shit about that. I don't know why they're talking shit, but I don't know why they're not just happy for you. But they're like, oh, suddenly pile one is fruitful. Suddenly they have all this abundance. Well, they should be sharing that abundance. And they're like, yeah. What else? Five of Cups. So these people are talking shit about how you act whenever you're at family gatherings. Maybe you don't talk that much. Or maybe the things you talk about don't interest them and they think that you're like a little bit of a freak. But for others of you, you like made it distinctly clear that you didn't like your family members. And so they're real butthurt about that. They're talking about how you don't know anything, you don't value family, how you're going to come running back to them. But meanwhile, like, they have nothing to talk about. Literally all they're talking about is you. Like, they have literally nothing else to talk about. Like, I'm getting this is two people in your family who know each other and are kind of like buddy-buddy who are talking about you. They're talking about any recent developments that happened in your life, any growth you've had recently. Just give me one more card. The Empress. Bro, I'm telling you, they're jealous of your divine feminine beauty. Like, they're jealous of... Maybe some of you have gotten pregnant recently. They're jealous of your child. They're jealous of your man. They're jealous of your relationship, like if you have a really healthy relationship. Or maybe they're like sitting here saying like, oh, pal one had to be a slut just to get into that relationship. It's just like, they're doing anything to put down your feminine beauty and make it seem slutty and whorish and bitchy or whatever insults they want to come up with. But the reason they're so intensely doing that is just they can't deny how beautiful you've gotten. Maybe they really felt like you glowed up and it really like it smacked them in the face or something because they just really didn't expect it. Maybe they put you down a lot before and now that you're like beautiful they feel like a little bit uncomfortable because they used to like put you down so much and they can't really change up their energy now because it'd be really obvious if they started treating you different just because you're pretty. But yeah, divine feminine is just about receiving abundance without having to do anything. So the abundance you've been receiving recently, your family has been thinking a lot about it and thinking about a way where they can get to you and get to that abundance. If you chose this purple lighter, it's going to be your reading. So I didn't realize the first pile was like 40 minutes long. Hopefully this one won't be as long, but it just depends on how many people you've got thinking about you. Now let's see. Pile 2, there's a lot of people thinking about you. But we're just going to focus on the important ones, because when I say a lot, I mean like hundreds. So let's see. Focusing on the important parts that pile 2 needs to know. Who is thinking about my pile 2? You might have like a drug addict who's been thinking about you, because I keep feeling like burning in my nose. Is there a drug addict thinking about pile 2? There might be for some of you. Who else is thinking about my pile 2? We have the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands gives me like, if you're in a relationship with someone right now, they're thinking hard about you, which is pretty normal. Any exes you have, like, I'm just gonna go ahead and say all of your exes are still thinking about you, but they're thinking about you currently. So we're gonna get into why, but let's see who else is thinking about you. See who else is thinking about you. We have the Son of Wands. So if you know like a class clown or someone who's very performative like that, I don't know. If you know someone who like gives you a bad vibe, but you don't know why, like you don't know why they give you a bad vibe, they haven't done anything in particular wrong, but they just rub you the wrong way, then this person could be thinking about you. Remy, come here. Come here. Come here. I don't know if he's gonna come or not. Let's see him. Who else is thinking about my pile 2? Okay, we have 10 of Cups. So we have some ancestors looking over you right now, some people who have passed, who are thinking about you hardcore. Let's get one more card for my pile 2. Who else? Oh, got the Empress. So if you have a divine feminine in your life, if you have a divine feminine in your life of some sort, or let me think. If there's just like a feminine energy who you like, I guess just have a crush on or like that, they are thinking about you. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna read what they're thinking with the cards. I'm gonna have to do that by myself because Remy just stole my other hand. So let's start with the drug addict energy. Forever this is, I got Priestess of Cups. This could be a masculine, this could be a feminine. But whoever this person is, they are hallucinating about you, and that's why they think about you, because they, I don't know, they be doing a lot of drugs, you know, and they be tripping about a lot of stuff, mostly just karmic patterns that haven't closed out, or like trauma they haven't quite gotten over yet. But I don't know, I feel like they're hallucinating about you because something happened between y'all, probably to do with their drug addiction, and now they can't really talk to you anymore, or maybe they feel like they won't be able to talk to you anymore soon because of how they're acting. But instead of like trying to get help, they're just doing more drugs so that they can, it's like this person thinks that if they do drugs that'll help them figure out the answer, because they think that in their hallucinations they sometimes find out things that they otherwise wouldn't find out without the hallucinations. So that's like their justification for it. Yeah, I'm hearing this person has clouded judgment because the sun is shining on this person. You can't even see it anyway. The sun is shining on that person, but there's a huge cloud covering it. So not only is their inner child being blocked by shadow stuff, but any clarity of mind they could have right now is just muddied up. Like real muddied up by emotional shit. Yeah, I'm hearing like this person keeps doing drugs because like the only way they can feel connected to you anymore is through their drug hallucinations of you. Or not even that, but like the only way they feel connected to anyone anymore is that like when they're on drugs, they feel that sense of oneness with everything, and that's when they feel the most connected to people. So cute. He's clawing very harshly at my arm right now. Okay, I'm gonna move on from the drug addict because that's just making me sad. We're gonna go to these Four of Wands. Now, this is of a person in a relationship. If this is a person you're in a relationship currently, this person wants more freedoms with you. Maybe y'all can't be publicly affectionate, or maybe y'all are in a long distance relationship, or maybe this person wants like an open relationship of some sort. But they definitely are thinking about you a lot because they're wanting to expand y'all's relationship in some way. Oh, kitty. Here. Oh, Remy. Anyway. Also, if this is a person you're in a relationship with, they just think about you a lot. Like, they think about your face, they think about your body, they think about the times y'all have hung out. Like, they just think about you a lot in general, because they really like you. Now, this is also energy of some exes. I'm getting 3 or 4 or 5 exes in particular who might or might not know each other and like talk shit about you together, like all of these exes gotten together just to talk shit about you. But that might not also be the case. They might be separately, just all thinking about you at the same time. I'm hearing like they saw you as like the fire in their life or the passion in their life, and now the passion has gone out. Or like maybe they have become friends with each other, like these exes have talked to each other and become friends with each other, but the only thing that like the only stability of the friendship has been built on them talking shit about you or them hating you together and sharing that feeling. I'm hearing if it is just exes thinking about you separately, they can't. It's like they can't build their own stability. They need to be in a relationship. They need to have it from somebody else. They need somebody else to help them build that. And yeah. These exes are talking about shit about your current relationships. Or they're not talking shit, but they're definitely thinking hard about it. They're like stalking your social media or something. Because they definitely know about your new relationships. And are like bringing them down their mind. They're like, oh, pile 2 is just gonna end up breaking up with that person anyway. So even though this person can't hold a stable relationship for their fucking life. Also, these exes might like all they do is think about you. They listen to music, they think about you. They go to work, they think about you. They go to masturbate, they think about you. Like, it's always just angry at you. Like, they have nothing else better to do in their lives. Also, I'm hearing these exes are trying to find people like you, Paotsu. Like, they're literally only getting into relationships with people that remind them of you, or relationships that are similar to the kind of relationship you had with them. And it's just not satisfying them at all. They're feeling like they're not getting what they're wanting just because the universe is blocking them from that. These exes just love reminiscing over what they used to have with you while also like blaming you for losing it and for losing that relationship with you. Now we're gonna move on to the Son of Wands. So if you know like a performative person in your life who just like rubs you the wrong way, the reason they rub you the wrong way is probably because they're being performative. Like they aren't actually having fun, they aren't actually silly, they're just doing that for attention. And then like they'll act like, oh, so fun, oh, I love you guys so much, like on the surface, but deep down they're like, why does everybody want me to perform with them? Why doesn't anybody see the true me? When they don't even bother to like show their true selves to anyone. Like they're always putting on a mask in front of other people is what I'm hearing, which is probably why they rub you the wrong way. And the reason why they're thinking about you so much is because I'm hearing for some of you, they want your friends, they want your friend group, they want to steal your friend group from you. Like specifically from you so that you can like be left out alone in the dust. Because maybe you have similar, like you're similar to them, except you're not putting on a mask, you're not being performative. That's just how you actually are. And so they're a little bit challenged by that. And they're like, I can be you, but better, basically. And so they want to steal either your relationship or your person, or they want to steal your friendships or your friend group. Also, this person thinks that you are also performing, that you're also putting on a mask. So they'll like study the way that you act and express yourself, and they'll try to copy it. But it's not the same because it's a mask for them, but it's not a mask for you. So it's weird. Like they're trying to incorporate the same mask that you have, but they don't realize that you're not putting on a mask. He hates me giving him kisses, but he's just so kissable. Look at him. He's shy. That's why he keeps ducking away from the camera. Yeah, but this person just feels burdened by the fact that they have to put a mask on. And so that's why they got that negative energy going on the inside, because it bothers them that they can't get attention unless they put a mask on. But instead of just trying to be their true selves and not caring about what other people think, they continue to make themselves suffer while also blaming other people for it. Like, I'm hearing King of Fools. Like, this person is king of idiots, king of performative people, king of putting a mask on and not being your true self. Like, okay, moving on from them, we're gonna go into this Empress energy. So this might not be like a feminine person, this could be a masculine, but it's definitely someone you have a crush on or are attracted to. Currently they're thinking about you because basically this person has all this abundance, this divine feminine energy. They are just waiting for you to make a move on them. It's like they want to share that abundance with you, pile two. Maybe they're thinking about ways they could make a move on you without really having to like seem like they're trying too hard. Or to more just make it like seem casual. But I don't think you realize how deep these person's feelings run, just because I feel like they are thinking really hard on how to not make it awkward or make it seem casual for you. Instead of just doing it, they're like thinking of ways that they could do it better to like not make it awkward for you, because they don't want it to be a bad experience for you, like hanging out with them or whatever. I'm also hearing that this person is thinking about like sexy times with you. Like for my ace people, this isn't really sexy times, it's more just like hanging out times, you know, like relationship times. But for others of you who aren't asexual, this person is thinking about like, yeah. This person also might be like a soulmate of some sort or divine counterpart. Definitely not a karmic, but definitely some sort of like soulmate of some sort, because Empress is divine feminine, and they might see you as their divine counterpart, or someone who balances out their energy in a way where y'all could create a really stable relationship. Like an extremely stable relationship. Maybe they fantasize a lot about being able to talk to you freely, but they're a little too like shy to. But they want to get on that level with you, basically. That's what they're thinking about you, is like they want to be on a level where they can just talk to you and hang out with you all the time and get to know you like that. Remi's like, what the fuck was that noise, bro? He's looking up like, where did that water come from? The plumbing in this house is so loud. So finally, we have 10 of Cups. Now, this is your ancestors thinking about you. This is your ancestors thinking about you. Basically, they're really proud of where you are in life right now for some reason. But it's like, I don't know. You have a lot of different ancestors who all be talking to each other about you in particular. Like, maybe you're like the crazy person of the family that they all have to look after. Or maybe you're just like really spiritually ascended, so you're the most connected to your ancestors like that. But your ancestors be like watching over you hardcore. Like, they be sending you signs all the time. The reason they're thinking about you so hard is because like either you're in a really high state of abundance right now, or you're heading straight towards it and you don't even know. Like, it's about to hit you like a brick wall. Just like, because when I say abundance, like, look at this huge pool surrounded by this town and all these people and this rainbow, and everybody's happy and like swimming and partying or whatever. I don't know. Like when I say abundance, I mean abundance. And this could be spiritual or material or relationship abundance. But yeah. Those are different people thinking about you, pile 2. Pile 3. If you chose these headphones, this is gonna be your reading. On who is thinking about you really hard right now. So let's see. Let's get into it. Let's just jump right into it because you don't got nothing better to do. Right off the bat, we have 3 of Swords. We have 3 of Swords. So if there was somebody maybe you hurt in your past or you did wrong, but like, I mean really hurt, like not some petty drama, but like really hurt. Or if this was someone else who hurt you in that way, or this is someone you took theater classes with, or like someone you would play with and y'all would like role play or something. Who else is currently thinking real hard about my pile 3? Who else is currently thinking real hard about my pile 3? We have 8 of Discs. So if you have coworkers, like if you go in person to work and you have some coworkers, they think about you, they be thinking about you. Some be talking shit, some be not talking shit. Some be respecting you, you know. But just coworkers in general. Let's see, who else? Who else thinking about my pile 3 right now? Thinking real hard about my pile 3. We have that Priestess of Disc. Priestess of Disc. So this could either be a mother figure, or this could be someone who's sort of a spiritual teacher to you. Or just a teacher in general to you. Someone you have a teacher-student relationship with. Who else is thinking about my pile 3? 2 more cards for my pile 3. Let's get 2 more cards on who's thinking about my pile 3. We have the Tower. If you know anyone who's like royalty or anyone who has like some sort of celebrity status, they're thinking about you. Or if you know someone who is sort of like a daredevil, or someone who's sort of like carefree, like they don't really care, they could just do anything like that. This could be someone you used to go to school with who's sort of a daredevil, or who hasn't moved on past their high school phase. Let's get 1 more card. 1 more card. 1 more card. So, Daughter of Swords and the Crone wanted to come out together. So you definitely have a spiritual person who's thinking about you, or an air sign who's thinking about you. If you know someone who's like psychic or can predict the future or something like that, they're thinking about you. Alright, now let's get into what they're thinking. So what's interesting about how this pile's cards came out is that half of these cards were hidden in the deck. Like, they didn't pop out. They were already flipped over in the deck. They were just hidden. So these people who are thinking about you could be trying to keep their thoughts hidden, or could be trying to keep their motivations hidden from you. They're like true intentions hidden from you and from other people. I don't know. So this Three of Swords is giving me a lot of different energies. It's just giving me a lot of different energies. You could have been in a third-party situation, or there could have been someone who was going to hurt you, but then they didn't realize they were about to get backstabbed by someone else, and then they got backstabbed before they could have a chance to hurt you. But let's see. This could also just genuinely be a person you used to role play with or do acting with. But let's see. Why is this person thinking about my pile 3? We have 5 of Swords. So this person definitely has misgivings about you. Maybe they didn't like the way you acted in this situation. Maybe they thought you were being too protective over your energy. Because, like, I'm feeling like for this situation, you're playing your cards sort of close to your chest. Like, maybe that's how you do acting or whatever. It's just you sort of don't display an emotion until it's absolutely necessary. Meanwhile, this person sort of wears their emotions on their face. If this person hurt you, they could have felt like you were keeping secrets or that you were hiding something when in reality you weren't. They're trying to, it's like they're thinking and they're trying to figure out what secret were you keeping or what were you hiding, or like there must have been something you were hiding, but there's nothing to find. But they're just convinced that there's something that they have to find. There's something you were hiding. If this is somebody you hurt, pile 3, if this is somebody that you hurt them, this person's just basically thinking about how you hurt them and then what they could do to sort of get back at you while also getting you back in their life. Like, they still want you in your life, but they want to get back at you for what you did. Because they want you to feel the same pain that they did. Because 3 of Swords is just pain, like ultimate pain. But it can be a little dramatic. Let's see. What is this person thinking about pile 3? What is this person thinking about pile 3? Yeah, they just see you as like someone they need to have in your lives because you constantly got the treasure, you constantly got the abundance. If this is someone who like you did just roleplay with or acted with, I'm feeling they feel kind of burdened without you. Like, they felt like y'all would really, I don't know, get along together. Or y'all would really bounce off of each other really well, but then something happened. I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know. It's like this weird energy where, like, if you hurt them, they know it wasn't they realize the position you were in and why you hurt them the way you did, but they still want to get back at you for it because they're being petty. If they hurt you, then they're just sitting here thinking about, oh, well, I'm actually the victim here, or this situation was actually hurting me, or like, or something like that. I don't know. They keep rethinking how they were hurt in that situation, or they keep revisiting that pain instead of trying to move on from it. And then if it's just someone you used to role play with or something, then I'm hearing they want to role play with you again. I don't know. Like, they do. They just want to role play with you again. Like, maybe they really liked the scenes y'all would get into. Maybe they feel like y'all could, like, get rich together because y'all have all these great ideas together. Maybe this is someone you used to, like, share creative ideas with, but now you don't anymore. And they're, like, upset because they feel hurt that they can't continue to share those ideas with you because those ideas would be so fruitful or something. Let's see. Also, I lost one of the cards. I literally lost one of the cards. Like, a whole bunch of the deck fell out, and I lost one of the cards of who I said was talking shit about you earlier, so hopefully it'll pop back out. I don't know. But sorry if I mentioned a specific card that resonated with you and then I just didn't talk about it at all, because it is gone. It is back in the deck now. Now we're gonna go to this Eight of Cups. So your coworker is thinking about you. Your coworker is thinking about you. Oh, real quick. If this person hurt you, they see whatever happened between y'all as a burden in your life because they haven't fixed the karma. They haven't done anything to close the karmic cycle, so they keep receiving bad karma for whatever they did to hurt you. And so they see it as a burden. Like, they see having ever been friends with you as a burden. They're just like, oh, I should have just never been friends with them. When they realize, they don't see that then they are the problem. Okay. So your coworkers, what are your coworkers thinking about you so hard for? Your coworkers be thinking about the way you speak. Maybe you're like a really good leader or something, and they kind of feel like they have to listen to whatever you have to say, because otherwise they don't really know what they're doing. Yeah. I'm feeling like a lot of people at your work don't really know what they're doing without you. So they kind of rely on you a little bit. Maybe this is just like creative workplace. So these people feel like they need you for creative passion. Like, maybe you've like helped people out with their work, but they feel like they can't really work without you helping them. Yeah. So we have the Shaman of Wands. So your coworkers think about you as a leader, and some of them are fine with that. They're just fine with that. But others of them, like, are mad about that, and they feel like they would be better off as the leader of the group or the leader of the work or whatever. Some people are like, some of these coworkers are like in competition with you. So like they might act a little tense around you or be snappy with you or something, but really it's just because they're like, they feel put off by your pride and your leadership. Like, they do not like having a sense of authority in their life. So if any of your coworkers are like snappy at you, it's just because they always are like fighting back against authority in their lives because of like trauma they've had. But for the most part, most of your coworkers really respect you and like are like, oh, I don't know what I would do if Pile 2 wasn't in the freaking workshop or whatever. Also, I'm hearing one of your coworkers might have a crush on you. And you'll know which one I'm talking about because it's kind of obvious that they do. Because they just always are really nice to you or they act really happy around you or something. But this is confirmation for that for some of you. Let's see. Priestess of Disc next. Priestess of Disc. So Priestess of Disc, again, could be either a toxic mother figure or this could be a teacher of some sort who you are in a teacher relationship with. So I'm going to read the mother part first. Who is this mother energy? Who is this guardian energy who's supposed to be looking after my Pile 2? We have the Shaman of Swords. So this person could talk a lot. They could talk a lot of shit. They could just, I don't know. It's like they're talking to the point where it's just looping over and over again. They're saying the same things over and over again, and it gets real old real quick. But they constantly feel like their opinion matters, that like they constantly have something to say, they constantly feel like it's very important that they express their opinion right now, and everybody knows it. This mother figure or guardian might really be fond of telling you what to do, or like telling you that like if you don't do things a certain way, you're not gonna get by in life. Yeah, this mother figure could just put you down a lot with their words. But like I'm hearing they're all talk, like they constantly talk this shit about you or say that they would do these things to you. But this person's actually like a pussy. Like they're actually like a kind of a baby on the inside, but they act all hard on the outside, and like it's really just their words. Like they really rely on their words to put other people down. So as long as you recognize that this person's words are not truth at all, like they're coming from a place of falsehood and lack of truth and lack of clarity, and you just ignore everything that they say and pay more attention to how they act, then you'll start to see that they're actually kind of like a coward, you know? Because it's all just in their words. They're all bark, no bite. So just separate yourself from what they're saying about you, or what they just, or their words in general. Because they can negatively affect you if you be taking them seriously. But yeah, basically this mother figure, whatever she be thinking about you, she's saying it. And whether she's saying it to you or someone else, it's like all coming out of her mouth. And it's none of it's even true things. It's just a bunch of drama, a bunch of bullshit. Like this person thinks a mile an hour and talks faster than they think. So I know I said thinks a mile an hour, but I meant thinks like a million miles an hour. Like they think way fast, and then they speak way faster than they're thinking. So it's just like they constantly got something to say about you or about someone else. Meanwhile, they never use that same observant power to turn that back on themselves and be wondering, should I be talking about these things? Should I be the one? Is it my place to say these things? Do I actually have evidence for these things? No. So this person's kind of a dumbass, is basically what I'm trying to say. Now, for those of you, this is a teacher or a spiritual teacher of some sort. What's this teacher thinking about my pile too? What's this teacher thinking about my pile too? This teacher thinks you've grown a lot. Like, you've grown a lot. Like, you are way more attuned with yourself than you used to be. And you're getting a lot more out of it than you used to. Like, you're getting a lot more fruitful and abundant. And with the sun here, I feel like, I don't know, whoever this is, they just really admire you as a person and really think you're very strong. They admire your youth and your energy. They feel like you have a lot of energy and a lot of love within yourself, and that is what makes you motivated to be such a good student. I don't know, teaching you comes really naturally for this person because I guess they're teaching you about the stuff that they love, and you also love those same things, so they feel like they can really connect to you on that level. This is not for all of you, but I'm gonna go ahead and warn some of you because I did get this message. And obviously take what resonates. If this doesn't make any sense, then don't believe it, you know? But if you've been getting like a weird feeling about your teacher liking you, like more than a teacher should towards a student, then this is your confirmation. Because I got the devil here. And devil means temptation, and in this context, I don't see... Yeah. So, yeah, just be careful about that, some of y'all, because, like, you can get really hurt, you know, if somebody is too immature to, like, really take care of a relationship and take care of themselves in a relationship. Just be careful, okay? But obviously, I'm not judging. If some of y'all do want to date your teacher or whatever, like, obviously just, like, think about consent and, like, the laws and stuff like that. But yeah, That's your confirmation, pile 3. Yeah, I feel like this person feels a little bad if they do have feelings for you like that. Like, they feel kind of bad about it. They think about it a lot. They, like, make sure they, like, are trying really hard to make it to where you do not notice that at all, or you do not feel comfortable about them at all. So they really try hard to hide it, but it kind of makes it more obvious. But I'm going to move on from that because I know not all of you resonated with that. But yeah, I feel like whoever this teacher is, they really see you going down a life path that's different from other people. Like, with this Son of Discs here, I feel like they see you having a really bright destiny almost. Like, they see you already on the path towards your destiny, and the things that they are teaching you are completely in line with what your destiny is going to bring you. Also, by teaching you, it's like you've ended up teaching them. Like, they have learned things about themselves and about the world that they didn't know before they started teaching you, or before they had you as a student. I'm also hearing, if this is a teacher who's attracted to you, be attention to the way that they talk to you and the specific things they say, because something might come up. Like, you might realize something about the words they're saying or how they're talking to you. But even if it's just a regular teacher that's, like, not attracted to you, even then, like, pay attention to the words that they're saying to you, because it's like they're trying to teach you something, but it hasn't gotten through to you yet because you aren't listening to the way they're saying the words. Like, really pay attention to how they're saying the words and why they would say it that way. Like, what are they trying to get across to you? Okay, we're gonna move on from the teacher one. So I went back over the video to see what the missing card was, and it is the Tower. I'm not gonna go sorting through the deck to look for the stupid card, but I will go ahead and read that for you, just from my mind. So, Tower, I was saying it was a daredevil of some sort, or some sort of, if you know someone is royalty or a celebrity. Or is in the public eye like that. Let's see. I'm getting 2 distinct energies. For some of you, it's this daredevil you used to go to school with, or someone who's just really reckless that you know. And for others of you, it's this person who's in the public eye, who's like royalty or celebrity or something. So I'll read the daredevil one first. So this reckless person, this reckless energy is thinking about you because, I don't know, they're thinking basically about everything that went wrong in their lives at this point. Again, I'm feeling like this is the kind of person who never grew past their high school phase, but now they're sort of realizing that. And, like, they're thinking about you on top of all the other things from high school that they're thinking about. Because it's like they're finally reliving their high school experience and realizing that it wasn't actually a good thing and that they need to move on from that phase of their life. And they're realizing how bad it was, or how bad the drama was. Because look at that shit. It's just a bunch of bullshit. It's just a bunch of tangled up mess. And there's no better way to explain it. So, yeah. Maybe this is someone who used to, like, treat you kind of weird while y'all were at school together, but now they're kind of looking back and realizing how much of a douchebag they were, or wishing they could go back and change how they used to act because they feel like they never had true friends. They were just faking it the entire time. Why is this reckless energy thinking about pile 3? We have the High Priestess. So even back in high school, this person looked up to you, sort of, but they would, like, cover it up by putting you down, or by acting like you were, like, annoying or something. But, I feel like even now, this person sees you as, like, this High Priestess energy of, like, sort of mysterious, but also like very spiritually beautiful and spiritually abundant. And they're wishing they could have had that back in high school. Like, even back in high school, you were still like that, and they're wishing they could have had that same energy, because maybe they work from the opposite energy of High Priestess, where they're just like in their root chakra when they're not thinking about the higher consciousness at all. So their subconscious is trying to cultivate more High Priestess energy, so they automatically turn to you, or their thoughts automatically think about you as like the blueprint for that. And I'm feeling like this person is realizing they were a little jealous of you in high school, and that's why they acted towards you the way they did. This person might still follow you on social media or something, and they see your posts and are just like amazed every time. It's like they never expected you to get even more beautiful, even more spiritually abundant. Now I'm going to read for the celebrity/royalty. Whoever this person is, it's like, you know, a side of them that nobody else knows. Maybe they've like worked really hard to be publicly recognized in one way, but you just immediately saw through that, and it kind of freaks them out. Like, maybe they have a karmic cycle that has something to do with like controlling their public persona and like hyper focusing on it too much. But you just see them for who they truly are, and it kind of like confuses them because they feel like they didn't even have to work to open up to you, when they feel like that's what it takes every single time. But they didn't even have to work for that with you, and so they're confused. They're having to rethink how they see their relationships, and it's like they don't know why they trust you so much. But with the Six of Discs, they feel like you're the type of person who is not going to be taking too much from them. You don't want them just for the fame or the money. Like, you have equal give and take in all of your relationships. And you trust them just as much as they trust you, no matter who their public persona is. So I'm feeling like they're really rethinking their sense of trust in relationships and how they value their relationships. And I think they're also realizing that they don't have to try so hard to open up, you know? I feel like they would overthink it so much before they met you, but you've kind of changed their perspective on it. And you've made it to where they could have more fulfilling friendships or get closer to the friends that they already had, just because they had a new perspective on their relationships. And so they really respect you for that. Or they just respect you for being the type of person who is equal give and take, and even though you know that they're famous or whatever, you're not sitting here and like using them. It's like, wow, somebody actually cares about me for who I am instead of what I have. Okay. I feel like that was pretty self-explanatory. I don't have to explain much more than that. So we're going to move on to this psychic person energy. If you know someone who has tarot reading or psychic powers, or is a spiritual person like that, or they could just be an air sign. They couldn't even be spiritual. They could just be an air sign, a significant air sign in your life. But what's this person... Here, I'll read for the spiritual and then I'll read for the air sign. What's this spiritual person thinking about my pile 3? The moon in reverse. So they want to clear up something with you. Maybe you asked them for advice, spiritual advice, and they gave you some advice at the time, but now they've rethought it and want to give you different advice based on what they now know. Maybe they had a vision that had something to do with you, and now that things have changed and they really need to tell you about this new change in spiritual vision that they saw. This person wants to clear up any misunderstandings going on in your life or going on between y'all. So it's like, it's this energy where they've recently had a realization about something, and now they are thinking about you because they want to tell you what that is so they can clear things up. Because maybe something was a little confusing before. this is definitely someone like who's a soulmate, or this is whoever this is, they're going to be telling you this in divine timing. Like they're thinking about you in divine timing because whatever they're going to tell you is really important. Also, with the lovers popping out here, this person might have a crush on you. This spiritual person, this psychic person, this tarot reader likes you. They like you, bro. Lovers doesn't just come out for no reason. They really like you because they like your sense of ego. They like your pride. They like how you be feeling yourself. They really admire and respect you in that way. They also, their psychic powers tend to be attuned with your being, with your sense of being. So that's why they like you. But yeah, whoever this person is, they just want to clear up anything that's muddy or confusing in the relationship between y'all and make things more understandable. Yeah, they just want to have a good friendship because 3 of Cups just popped out. They want to have a good friendship with you. They want to be able to hang out with you and like nothing's confusing because everything's just flowing smoothly. But they feel like they need to talk to you for some reason. So that's why they're thinking so hard, because there's something they feel like they need to talk to you about. Now we're going to move on to this air sign. Final person who's thinking about you, pile 3. What is this air sign thinking about you? What is this air sign thinking about my pile 3? This could be the Gemini that I mentioned in the first reading. Give me one more card because that's a little confusing. Give me a clarifying card. I got the Chariot and then I got the Devil. Okay. There's an air sign for some of you that is lusting after you and basically just wants to fuck you. That's all they want. They want to be friends with benefits. For others of you, this air sign is really in their head about you. Like they're imagining, I don't know, they just keep thinking about you. And they switch between being like, oh, I am balanced, I don't care about pile 3, like I'm not even thinking about pile 3 that much anymore, like I'm on my own shit, I'm on my own path, like I closed out my karmic cycles, I'm doing the healing. And then they'll switch into this Devil energy and they'll start being like, I'm superior to everyone else. Like literally, I'm superior to everyone else. But then you pop into their mind and they subconsciously see you as superior to them for some reason. So it like challenges their sense of superiority to everyone else. So they're like, oh, Pile 3 wants to be in competition with me. Pile 3 wants to do this against me. Pile 3 wants to do that. And literally you probably haven't even spoken to them that much. They're just, the thought of you pops into their head and suddenly they feel threatened by just the mere thought of you. Like their ego feels threatened by you because they feel like they need to control the relationships in their life, and the only way they can keep control over the relationships in their life is if they put other people below them. Like if they recognize the people in their life as inferior to them and less developed than them, then they can have control over their relationships because they're the superior being in the relationship. But it's like knowing you was like the universe sort of forcing them to like face their own karmic cycle of the fact that they do that. So even if they talk to you now or they don't talk to you anymore, like anytime you pop into their head, it's just like it's like you're threatening their ego and they feel like their authority is being challenged. When really it's just their own subconscious mind trying to show them that relationships can only come from equal ground. It can't be a relationship where one person is superior to the other is not a balanced relationship, and it's never going to work. It actually makes it to where you don't have control over the relationship. But this person is just not ready to learn that karmic cycle, like not at all. So they'll keep being like, oh, I've learned my karmic cycle. Oh, I've done the healing. Oh, I don't even care about pile 1. Pile 1's cool. What do you mean? I love pile 1. I look like pile 1's cool. And then they'll be like, what am I gonna do? I need to have control over my relationships. I need to be better than everyone. I need this. And it's just like, I don't know. So basically, this air sign is using you as a source of projection for their own karmic cycles. And then for others of you, this is just an air sign who's lusting after you. Like if you thought this person had feelings for you or something, trust me, they don't. Even if they think they do or they say they do, they really just want to be friends with benefits. So yeah, pile 3.